Please don't tell me the truth. Hey everyone, it's Dalma here, and welcome to the Please Don't Tell Me the Truth podcast, where I share true stories, bold POVs, and real data that challenge the beliefs and behaviors that society imposes on us, especially the ones that don't actually serve us. If you're new to this podcast, please follow, rate, and review it once you're done listening. And if you're one of those who keeps coming back, man, I appreciate you. Please share this episode on your stories, screenshot it, the funny moments, the moments you like, the moments that you don't like. Tag me on Instagram, Daniela A, so more people can listen. This is how you can help me grow. Because I'm committed to creating content that brings value to your life and that can give you the motivation and inspiration you need to live in your purpose. That's honestly what I want. I'm not just saying that. Now, this was an episode I procrastinated for almost 6 months. And I'm kind of glad I did because so many things have happened since then that it all brewed even more. When it comes to AI, I feel blatantly and inevitably in the middle of it because some of the people I love the most hate it and others love it. Literally, there's no middle ground. It's either or. But here's the thing. I decided to write and film this episode because, like almost every other thing in my life, I am in the middle. Not being red, not being blue, but being the big fat purple cow that I am. I really hope that you get that reference though. And in order for me to truly illustrate my stand on AI, to truly illustrate how I feel, I have to take you on a ride. And what better way to do that than by showing you the actual stand of some of the people I love and respect the most. So, here we go. I want to introduce you to one of my best friends, Diostenes, head of AI and automation at Innovoco. He's not just an AI guy. He is someone who actually builds intelligent systems that simplify complexity, reduce operational drag, and create real business leverage in the real world, not hypotheticals. 2 months ago in San Francisco, I watched this in action. His team won the Next.js hackathon by solving a real $200 million problem in enterprise workflow. And then that same night, he took me to the LangChain 1.0 launch party where they announced they became a unicorn. So yeah, this man lives at the center of AI transformation. So when I wanted someone to speak on where AI is actually going, beyond fears, beyond hype, I knew I wanted you to hear his answer to this simple but now infamous question. What can someone do to not be replaced by AI? This was his answer.
I think you need to start building a multi-agent orchestration system that's based on what you know, what you're good at, and then sell that to other people, because the question is not around whether agents are going to replace you or not. The question is, how are you going to leverage your job through agents? Some years ago, back in the industrial age, some people were using, before calculators existed, everybody was doing the accountants, everybody was doing the calculations manually. And when the calculator came about, everybody was concerned, oh my God, we're going to lose our jobs. And yes, a lot of people lost their jobs. But at the same time, calculators enabled us to do, all the things that we have accomplished up until now. So do you really need to do all the manual redundant job that you're accustomed to do yourself? Or is there any way you can optimize your workflow? So there's some jobs that are completely redundant and repetitive that as of today, they can be entirely replaced by AI. But if you're good at something, then you need to start building that knowledge, pouring that knowledge into something that is really meaningful and impactful. If you know how to, let's say, analyze certain insurance policies, or if you know how to create content, if you know anything, whatever you're good at, even if it's not fancy, even if it's not popular, anything that you can optimize with agents, it's going to enable people to multiply what they can do individually. Imagine it's like having mini me's. The narrative around being replaced should be changed around how I can multiply what I can do with a workforce that knows how I work, so I can leverage what I know and offer it to many more companies.
Because of Dio, I actually vibe coded my new updated website all by myself in 2 days. He showed me the V0 app by Vercel, which was launched that week. We were in San Francisco, and it made me save anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 because I didn't need to hire a software developer or bother my husband to once again update my website. I connected real integrations, like resend to my contact form, my actual domain, everything. No code, just clear prompts, which at the end of the day is just clear communication. Now, dalmadaniela.com is a state-of-the-art Next.js website. Ranks for Colombian American actress and content producer, shows my work professionally with custom video players, actually converts visitors into clients, and it costs me $20 a month instead of $10K. I'm going to leave the link of the Vibe Code Bible right here so you can do it for yourself too. So objectively, I must say there's great truth and value in what Dio just said. And the same way he told me, I suggest you be open-minded enough to try it, then judge it, and come to this conclusion or any other conclusion yourself. Now, let's hear a different take. The take of one of my best friends here in LA and one of the women I admired the most, Farah. Farah Ysvette Mourad Vera is a Venezuelan Lebanese American filmmaker, novelist, and visual artist based in LA. The mind behind the sci-fi book Mantis Green and the indie film The Sovereign. She blends creative rigor with systems-level thinking, which is why her work feels both visionary and precise. I adore her brain and her heart. She's one of my favorite collaborators and closest friends, and she always brings discipline, story, and soul to the table. This is Farah's take on AI.
Obviously, it's very early still to tell how it's all going to shake out, but so far, I can see a lot of ways in which AI tools can be used for administrative tasks, especially for indie filmmakers who wear all the hats. I'd love for it to help me break down a script and price allocations, put together a budget, contracts, and prompt writing is also a great tool for practicing clarity and precision. That said, I'm not comfortable throwing a script into it for obvious reasons. We haven't figured out any concrete protections for intellectual property. So I think we need to define the rules for copyright, compensation, and consent. I also think that using AI for writing, performance, music, or any of the creative work that goes into a film is, frankly, Frankenstein shit. It's disturbing. Creativity is such an innate human element. It's something that we feel driven towards, whether that's engaging actively in creative endeavors or witnessing someone else's creativity and skills. Obviously, we know this is just another twisted for-profit push by people who have no clue what the value of the arts really is. And certainly, there's a place for clever slop in culture. But at the end of the day, you can't stop people from creating art. They will do it even if there's no money in it. And audiences will continue to respond because there's something in art that can't be replicated. There's this word in Spanish, sazón, and it means seasoning, but it's also used to mean a particular person's style and flavor. If you and I make the same soup following the same recipe, they will taste different because we don't have the same sazón. Our mannerisms, our lived experience, our emotions, our hormones, our linguistic styles, our psychological quirks, all those things inform our creative work. AI has a memory problem, and not just with data. Disembodied intelligence lacks the dramatic depth required for a creative work to ring true with an audience. It's not as impressive to see an AI video of acrobatics as it is seeing an acrobat doing it live, because we know at our core what it took for that person to develop those skills and present them so gracefully. It's just not the same.
Beautifully put. And I do agree that people who think they can use AI to completely replicate any sort of artistic process are probably not artists. So they don't actually know how it works and what goes into it. Even in content creation, it's still easier to just grab a camera and say a script yourself than to use 3 different programs plus a real actor in most cases to create something you think computers can do better than lived experience. Yes, Hollywood. Yes, Hollywood studios, I'm talking to you. And this is my take on AI. I always say what's happening with AI reminds me a lot of what happened early 2000s, mid 2000s with social media. Everybody was freaking out, and like all memorable things do, it divided people right in the middle. You had lovers and haters. To this day, you still do. But what I've learned is sometimes the best thing you can do is remove yourself from the love and hate equation and really ask, is this adding value to my life? How? Does it give me more money? More time with the people I love? Or the opposite? Am I choosing to spend more time with a digital tool than with the actual humans in my life? We have to be objective. And being objective always means getting the facts straight and being disciplined enough to redirect if this new technology is affecting you negatively or vice versa. If deep down you know you can use it to get out of your comfort zone, like, I don't know, either becoming more productive, generating more income, learning more about a subject, vibe coding your whole website, creating 10 times more content, or finally finishing that project or dream you've been procrastinating. And that's the truth we don't always want to hear. The magic is in the middle. Nothing good comes from living in the extremes, and real intelligence is weighing and understanding both sides of the coin so we can make our own decisions and use anything we choose to use in a way that actually works for us. Now, if this episode resonated with you or if it didn't, leave a comment, share it, post about it, tell me you loved it or that you hated it. But most importantly, go ahead and tell the truth out there. You know I believe in you.
Please don't tell me the truth.